Motorcycle Live 2018. I've come along to the ARC stand to speak with Mark Trueman about this fabulous looking machine behind us. Now Mark, good to see you, mate. Now this machine has caught my eye walking past all the way through the show. I'm not really clued up too much about it. Battery powered.
Absolutely, so it's a fully electric machine, and the main difference between this and other electric bikes is that it effectively has no chassis, has no frame that you might get on a traditional bike. So what we've developed here is a battery monocoque module construction, where essentially what you're looking at behind you, the main black element of the bike, is the battery. There's no additional covers on that battery to make it look beautiful. I mean, that literally is it, and everything bolts to that battery, and that means that we can get fantastic range to weight and power to weight characteristics.
It's a great looking machine. I've seen the stand has been busy all the way through Motorcycle Live so far, causing an awful lot of interest. Now, realistically, with this machine, is it going into production? Is it about there, or is it still in the development course?
We're still in development. I would call it the kind of final refinements are taking place. So all of the powertrain work's complete, all of the chassis geometry, etc. has been set. It's about now electronic integration of some of the other things that take a long time to implement, ABS, traction control, etc. But we have several prototypes like this that we're currently testing, and will actually be in production in 2020. First customers should get their bikes in March.
So looking at the machine here on the stand, there's no dashboard, there's no anything. How does that work as a road machine?
Yeah, so we do have the legal requirements. So there is a very small screen on there with your speed and some telltale lights. Everything else comes by the way of a head-up display helmet. So that is literally fighter pilot technology, a projection-based system that puts all of the data within your helmet. So think kind of Iron Man, and that's effectively the look that you've got. It also comes with a haptic jacket. So the haptic jacket gives you sensations, pulses, notifications, so whether that be performance-based feedback based on the amount of G-force that I happen to be pulling in any direction, or ARAS-type functionality, so warnings for forward collision and blind spot monitoring and that kind of thing.
That really is flying into the future. Now you have this all on the stand here, people can come and look and try also.
Absolutely, yeah, we've got a virtual reality experience here, so people can come and go through that process. It will show you what the haptics feels like, what the head-up display looks like, because it's really the only way it can be tested without actually going on the bike and riding outside.
Now, I spoke to you earlier and asked where this machine has been developed or built, should I say, and designed. You've designed it yourself. It's actually in Coventry, which is quite a surprise. I expected it to be over in Asia or somewhere, but my last question really is, when am I going to see this around the Isle of Man TT course?
Well, you may see us there at some point. Certainly won't be next year, but maybe the next year, the year after, when the bike is obviously actually for sale, and people are picking up their bikes. I say you might see us there.
Hey, I look forward to it. I'm going to go and try this helmet now.
Absolutely. Great, thank you.
That is incredible, Mark. It really is. It's just, it's not really what I expected either. The graphic is so realistic anyway. Yeah. But the little rear-facing camera that comes up, the pulsing in the back from their vehicles, and not only the rear view sort of camera. As soon as it gets to here in the blind or towards the front of the blind spot, it appears in real life.
That's right, exactly. I mean, so it's just a demonstration, really, a way for you to understand what it is that we're achieving. And the new way that we're trying to take motorcycling. Say it's not about trying to put something in the system that's distracting. It's actually about freeing you from some of those distractions. I mean, I've ridden through Paris city centre on a bike, and most of the time you're worried the whole time you're riding around about what's going to happen to you. So it's about allowing you to know what's around you without having to worry about the mirrors and looking behind you quite as much as you normally do, and allow you to enjoy that ride.
So this machine, over 200 kilos, not too far over, so it's not massively heavy, it really isn't. Power-wise and battery time, what have we got realistically?
So you're looking at 103 kilowatts, so it's nearly 140 brake horsepower. You have got 17 kilowatt hours of battery. which gives you a realistic range of 200 miles on an easy Sunday ride, 120 miles on the motorway at a constant 70 or 80 miles an hour.
Hey, that's enough. It really
It's
is.
enough.
You know, and,
yeah. Charge time of 45 minutes.
God, that's quick.
So by the time you've done 150 miles, you probably want 45 minutes anyway, right?
Oh dear. And for me, I always like to get myself a nice press bike. Is there any chance of getting one when it's?
I should think we might be able to do something for your good self. So, we are intending to put journalists and customers on these bikes from about June next year.
Perfect. Well, first of all, thanks, Mark, for bringing Ark
Absolute
down to
pleasure.
Motorcycle Live, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you very much.